Hi everyone, this is John Doe, aka Frags with the DNB Academy, and welcome to another sound recreation video. For this one, we've got this awesome track by Chase Status and Stormzy called Backbone. We're gonna be focusing on one of the main bass steps on this track, and we're gonna do our best to make it sound as close as possible to the original. So yeah, let me show you how the original sounds like first.
Take the whole lot, you ain't got no backbone. I get out the trap, I ain't got a trap phone. I got P's and M's and K's and O's.
So yeah, you know the drill, right? Pretty famous track. And by the MIDI placement, you can already figure out which sound we're gonna be recreating. So this is how it sounds with our sound on top of it.
Take the whole lot, you ain't got no backbone. I get out the trap, I ain't got a trap phone. I got P's and M's and K's and O's. They're really out the trap, I ain't got a trap.
So yeah, this is it, guys. Let's now flip the screen and get right into Serum. So to kick off with this patch, we're gonna need a fundamental wavetable that will allow us to get the fundamental low part of the sound. So then we can layer it up with something. So let's start off by loading basic shapes, just a sine wave. We're gonna bring this down 3 octaves. Gonna get the level just a little bit louder.
Yeah.
So we have something just like this. And we also bring down the random phase. And we're gonna turn on FM from B, because we're gonna frequency modulate this wavetable with oscillators B wavetable. So let's bring the warp somewhere around here for now. And let's start bringing up our oscillator B into the mix, right? So for that, we're gonna go with an analog BD syn. This is kind of important to nail down these specific parameters, all right? It's really important because once again, it's a really specific sound as well. So we're gonna bring down the level because we just want this. We want to hear the frequency modulation going, but we're gonna bring this down as well because the original is a bit more focused on the side of the spectrum, right? Now we're gonna set the phase to 303, right? And bring down the random. This is the exact same spot from this analog BD syn that favors the sound that we want to go after, all right? Now let's just get the filter running and a little bit of movement because we need to start bringing some movement to the patch. And we're gonna use this LFO1 in trigger mode, and we're gonna assign the filter to both oscillators. Is okay because we're not listening to this per se, all right? It's just pretty much there for the frequency modulation. And we're gonna assign this here. Gonna make it polar, and we'll bring it down somewhere around like 70, maybe less, and not breaching like halfway through. Something like this should be good. Let's hear it. Right, now we need to match the rhythm here, just like 8 notes. Awesome, we're getting there. Then we need to open up the FM up until like halfway through tops, all right? So you can get that, you know. Now let's just tweak the filter a bit. Cool. We're getting closer and closer. We can take advantage of a little bit of this drive here as well. Right, so let's just sit it somewhere around here. Okay, and now let's go and switch to the effects tab just to add a little bit more juice to make this sound closer to the original. First thing, we're gonna add a little bit of chorus. So we're gonna bring this up. This is gonna help, you know, wind it up the sound a bit. There we go. Now a little bit of distortion, tube distortion, something mild, and we're gonna take advantage of this envelope / LFO and apply it to the drive. So we can pick up on those mids a little bit better. And now a really important part is this EQ, because we're gonna pinpoint the frequency and the harmonic that is present on the original sound, so we can highlight it a little bit before doing any outside processing on the next step, okay? So for that, we're gonna put like one of these bells, like a bell shape, node here, and we're gonna set the frequency around 300 hertz, which is the spot where you can write it down if you want. This is somewhere the spot where the main, I would say the second harmonic plays, and it's better to pick it up, you know. Gonna crank up the gain a bit. Know what I mean? Yeah, somewhere like 67% and 21 dB here should do the trick. So we're already picking that up. So we have more room to process this after when we get a little bit of like outside serum processing job done. So yeah, let's flip the screen back into our patch to tweak a few things here and there, and then let's do that so-called processing. All right, so the only thing I'm gonna pick up here is just tweaking the filter a little bit so it sits. So it gives us a little bit more information on the mids and tops, because it's a low pass, so we really need that. See, somewhere around here, it seems pretty legit. So let's do some processing now. And I think we're gonna go with a simple EQ first, and then we'll see. Okay, now with the EQ, what we're gonna do is just tame these lows a bit. Because if you listen back to the original, there's like a main bass playing. This just gives us like the mid-range of the bass. And you see you already have this cool harmonic sitting at the exact same spot that we boosted it before, and we're gonna boost it again a little bit. To make it even more interesting, I'm gonna make this node, this band dynamic. So this way, you see it just EQs accordingly to the movement of the peak of that harmonic. All right, so I think it's time for us to take a listen and see how this sounds on top of the original. Let's go for it.
You ain't got no backbone. I get out the trap, I ain't got a trap phone. I got P's and M's and K's and O's. They're really get out the trap, I ain't got a trap phone. I got P's and M's and K's.
So yeah, this is it. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.